Well, hello and welcome to Wooden Knife You Don't Need, a division of Wooden, what you don't need. And today we are going to take a look at this knife here. This is a handmade knife from the region of Corsica, the biggest French island in the Mediterranean. It's part of France and the island is famous for being the birthplace of Napoleon. It is a very beautiful island to spend some time in, maybe your vacations. I spent 2 of my summer vacations there. It is very wild. You can have wonderful hikes in nature. And it looks like knife making is a local passion. In fact, you can find beautiful pieces like this one. Now, this knife is called a corniciolo. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. Corsica has a dialect of its own, which in some respect is similar to other Italian dialects. And this knife is entirely handmade, starting from the steel of the blade. Now there are a couple of documentaries, a couple of simple documentaries showing live the master knife maker Alexandre Musso making a knife starting from steel to the entire knife. And this steel here was not bought from a factory. It's not Sandvik steel or something like that. This steel is made by the knife maker himself. It's called primitive steel, and I will leave links in the description box of the documentaries or videos in which the process of steel making is shown. Look at this knife. The handle is made of horn. I'm not sure what animal, some kind of bovine animal. You have your rivet here, so this is a friction folder. There is no other mechanism keeping the blade open or close apart from the friction that the blade exerts here, the pivot point. You can see once again that the steel is beautiful, raw, primitive steel. There's this very nice feature, this notch in the blade here, and then there's this round clip shape of a blade. You can see that this is carbon steel. Of course, it's not Damascus, it's not highly polished stainless steel. This steel will rust, giving the knife an even nicer patina, which by the way is pronounced patina, which is an Italian word. Look at the horn of the handle. It's very raw. It has some kind of a natural knurling here where the handle meets the blade, and this allows for a better handling of the knife itself. I don't know about you, but I think that knives like this are really charming. There's no locking mechanism, there's no fancy steel. This is entirely made by people in their backyards. Have a look once again at those videos where the process of knife making is shown. It's really interesting. I bought this knife in the island of Corsica, or La Corse as they call it in French. I think that this knife maker is based in or close to the city of Ajaccio or Ajaccio, as we say in Italian. I'm not sure the right pronunciation, which one it is. Have a look at those videos once again. This is the bag the knife came in, kind of fabric. I don't know the name of this fabric, but you can see that it's very simple. It's like an envelope. Your knife goes here. This kind of knives was used by bergers, by shepherds, by people walking in nature all day long. They used it to perform many chores, to eat. And look at the sharpness. Yeah, I think that I've used this knife as I do with all my knives. So it's not that super sharp, but this problem can be soon fixed with my trusty croc sticks. Have a look at the video in which I use croc sticks. Let's see if there's some improvement. Oh, definitely. So we just needed a touch-up. So this, once again, is a knife from the island of Corsica. Beautiful place to spend a vacation. If you are an avid runner, you can look up the competition called the G20, which covers a distance of 180 kilometers, will be 110 miles, something like that. And it's run on the mountains of Corsica. Once again, Napoleon was born in Corsica, and there is lots of good food to be eaten there. Delicious meat and also wines, beautiful traditions, and beautiful knives. This is, I think, my first episode on French regional knives. This is not my first episode on a French knife. You have your Opinels, you have your Duk-Duks, which have been featured on the channel a couple of times already. But as far as regional knives of France are concerned, this is the first episode, and we started from the island of Corsica, and we will continue with more French regional knives. That's it for today's episode of Wooden Knife You Don't Need, a division of Wooden What You Don't Need. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next. Ciao!